Avril Lavigne and Alanis Morissette really spearheaded the Canadian modern pop rock movement. That's in the early 2000s. Alanis before Avril, of course. That was Lavigne with Skater Boy. My guest of the day is waiting to come on.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
One of my eternal favorites. Wonderful man, great musician, Clinton Cerejo. What's up, Clinton? How are you, man?
Nice to see you virtually.
Yeah, I know you're keeping yourself busy. All of us who have audio studios at home, people know we're a phone call away and they can call us anytime during the day and the night. And no disrespect to all the pain that's happening outside during the lockdown and people getting ill. But it's nice that Newman, yourself, few other collaborators have created a song. I heard a little bit of it online. It's called Alone. Tell me about it.
Yes, essentially the thing is that I'm one of those guys who doesn't like having a work set up at home because I really truly like to disconnect when I come back home. So because I've been there, done that, when my studio actually is in Juhu. So when I had my...
So in the Groove Room is Juhu.
The Groove Room is in Juhu. Actually, I shouldn't have said that because I've never wanted to reveal the location. But I used to live downstairs and the studio was upstairs for a few years before we moved to Bandra. We moved the home to Bandra and studio is still in Juhu. And so I've been there, done that. I know that how difficult it is to disconnect from work when you live and work in the same location. And I really enjoy that disconnect. And for the past month and a half, since we've got limited gear at home, so I can work from home, I'm back to that same schedule of just working till whatever time I want. Work 4:35 in the morning and then just sleeping, getting up and literally not even changing or whatever, just getting up and sitting, switching on the computer and going back to it. So it has its pluses and minuses for sure.
So
but yeah, Alone, the song was basically I think it reflects best what everybody's feeling and the fact that every problem that you encounter, not everything is something that you can conquer immediately. It takes some thought, and finally, what are we facing? We're facing the fears within, so, every time something like this happens, whether it's a pandemic, whether it's a war, whether it's a situation beyond your control, it eventually makes you look within. It makes you see what is it about you that is making you take this so negatively, or that is making you, fearful, or that is making you handle the situation in a particular way. And it enables you to deal with that more effectively, deal with that part of yourself that cannot overcome that, and kind of helps you to realize that we are all finally, on this planet because we are made to have one core gift, or how can we bring that core gift to the forefront and help other people through that gift.
So come on, play me some. So lyrics were by whom? Did you get somebody to collaborate on the lyrics?
He was a boy who used to work with me at the Groove Room, and he's no longer at the Groove Room. He's actually a producer in an film company, but he's a very talented lyricist as well. And
Ajinkya Iyer.
Jinx, everyone calls him Jinx. So, and Newman of course sang the song with me, and buddy, and one of the quietest, most honest voices that I know who could deliver this the way I wanted it.
We all think of Newman spelling at least 100 times a day when we're in front of a Neumann mic.
People actually call him Neumann. It's really strange.
I'm not surprised. Okay, let's do Alone now.
So much bigger than me. It's not a hard thing to see. I wonder if you disagree. Then again, I've been feeling this since God knows when. And I won't shed a tear of regret. No, I won't shed a tear, 'cause we share the same fears, and they're so much bigger than me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See the writing on the wall in the twilight of all these apprehensions throw shadows in the heart. You'll never notice when we're almost gone, and I won't shed a tear on the way. No, I won't shed a tear, 'cause we share the same fears, and they're so much bigger. No, I won't shed a tear on the ground. No, I won't shed a tear, 'cause we share the same fears, and there's so much bigger, so much bigger.
Beautiful. Lovely.
The music, the chat, it's the Clinton Cerejo interview, and we shall keep coming at you happily. Time for Sia and a Chandelier on 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. I'm Hrishi K. Norwegian producer Kygo using the late legendary Whitney Houston's voice, a Stevie Winwood classic redone that's high love. I'm chatting with musician Clinton Cerejo, and he just played me a lockdown composition. Incidentally, his wife Dom, aka Dominique Cerejo, is herself a very accomplished singer. More chat.
94.3
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Radio 1.
So, just some memories before the lockdown. I believe you were in Orcha. I have to give you a fun trivia bit. So, when we were, young 19-year-olds, Amit Kilam and me, we used to be part of a theatre group called Stage Door. We used to tour the country doing bit parts. So, we used to get paid $500 a stage performance. And those days, I think he had started drumming for Palash's band for Euphoria. And then eventually they went on to found Indian Ocean. Lovely guy, Amit Kilam from Indian Ocean. And this is a festival in Madhya Pradesh. And you guys seem to have had lots of fun there, man. Just tell me about that.
I got to interact with Amit and Rahul Ram, of course. And the thing is that I've always been, obviously, a fan when we operate in the same space. A lot of my work has been fusion and in that zone. So it was great to finally connect with them and, perform at the fort as a backdrop. Such a beautiful venue, beautiful people, Yasmin Kidwai, everyone who was part of the festival. Just awesome.
So did you get to see a look around, or did you just do the gig and come back?
Kind of in and out. But we did get to just see it in passing, but we didn't get to really spend time. But definitely want to do that at some point. You never know when things are going to go back to normal, when we are going to be able to even travel again, even for a holiday, even if it's just to, on a vacation, during the summer, whatever. We don't know what's going to happen. Our lives are going to change long term.
So how does this work? During lockdown, are you guys, Dom or yourself, doing the runs for groceries, or does somebody bring them to the building gate and, you just go down, bring it up and sanitize it? How are you organizing your essentials?
We are doing that. A lot of the times we have a truck that comes, a vegetable truck that comes for veggies. But when we want other stuff, then we have to make a trip. We kind of put on our masks and take the car. We try and go to maybe somewhere like food hall where you can get everything under one roof. Just buy stuff for the week or for the next 10 days, and then we don't have to step out again. But yeah.
And do you have like a domestic help who lives with you, or you have one?
We have always had one.
We've always, which is lucky, because then at least in terms of the cooking and stuff like that, is Dom managing, you helping, or
so that Babita, who's our maid, can do all the other stuff. Because I'm literally, the minute I wake up, once I've had my coffee, whatever, it's like our dining table looks like such a mess right now. It's been taken over and been made into a...
I wanted to ask you about that picture also. That was just behind you. What a lovely picture that is.
The picture behind me is a picture of us, the family in a box, actually. We got it done at one of these exhibitions at World Trade Center in Cuff Parade when the kids were really tiny. And it's so cute. Yeah. The minute I wake up, I'm pretty much I'm at that table and I'm at work. I sit on the sofa and I'm home.
Yeah, man. And with the kids, how are they adapting? Because, it's not easy because, for us, because we've seen a little bit of life, we can at least for some time say, let's be indoors, especially guys like you and me who spend hours in studio. But for them, they need to go out, right? There's that young energy. So how are they coping, man?
They're adapting very well, I would say. But, the funny thing was, it's like sometimes they crack it. Like my daughter, the minute the lockdown extension was announced,
meltdown.
No, she just cried. She just wanted to meet her friends. That's all she wanted to do. Just one day she wanted to just meet her friends, and she was just looking forward to that day when they would say the lockdown was ended, where they meet her friends and they announced this extension, and things like that.
Yeah, man.
It's tough on kids and adults alike this lockdown. Enjoying Clinton Cerejo's company through it on my radio show. My name is Hrishi K. Let's listen to Banana by Konkara and Shaggy. It's what they call the DJ Flame Mini Siren Mix. Radio 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. Katie Townstall with Suddenly I See. I remember first hearing Clinton Cerejo's voice in the original Tamil film, the precursor to Shad Ali's Satya in Bollywood. the great Mani Ratnam's Alayapayude, and thinking, wow, who's this guy? Today we are friends, and here's Clinton doing a lockdown interview with me.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
There's also a very interesting phase. This whole last year for you has been quite interesting in the sense that there have been so many projects that you've been part of, and all of them, you've given a major part of yourself to. I mean, I'm so happy that, Shor Police, which is basically Bianca and yourself, kept putting out all those tracks. And some interesting collaborations there. I call him always the Justin Bieber of India, Darshan Rawal. It must make you very happy that Shor Police has been accepted. Talk about that first, then we'll get into other stuff.
It's so strange because we were just before the lockdown, we were just getting Shor Police has never officially been gone live yet. I've just been doing the Clinton Cerejo band, which is my regular fusion stuff and whatever. And this is a very different avatar because it's completely pop, electronic, and it's completely. I just wanted to reinvent that fusion thing because people just tend to box you in and they put you in this fusion category. Oh, Clinton, he's a Coke Studio guy. He's this, he's so. And I'm so much more than that. I was always a pop guy. Whatever. I mean, there are people who don't know, but all the pops like Dhantadan is a pop song if you think about it.
It is.
It's just fusion of film, but it's a very poppy track. So I was always about pop. I just got defined by the Coke Studio work that I did, and that kind of became this one identity, which I didn't want to have only one identity. I wanted to be known to do break out of that space as well. And Shor Police, the way people have loved it, it's been great. So we were going to just do a completely different take on Shor Police live, and we were just brainstorming on how to bring it nicely to a live audience, working with a couple of different people for visuals. Maybe just think of getting a couple of dancers in. See how to take the project live and make it a very different experience from the fusion act that I normally tour with. And we were right in the process of putting that together. In fact, we did our first live thing at Berkeley, Abu Dhabi. I don't know if you're following that, but
I know.
That was at Berkeley, Abu Dhabi.
Just before TEDx or after TEDx?
Just after.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture of you and Bianca and another guy saying. I remember saying that you're in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, around that time.
Yes, that was literally just before the lockdown, a couple of weeks before the lockdown. So that was great because they were launching their new school and literally performing with a global audience in a sense, because so people from there didn't have any baggage of what I've done before. They were just accepting this as a completely new act, which was really nice to see. And
no, but even with Berkeley, you've lectured there before. Even Rahman supports Berkeley a lot. Yeah,
I have. In fact, I've done a clinic at both their campuses, even the Boston one as well as the Valencia one in Spain.
Yeah, and the Boston one has what, John Mayer, Charlie Puth, all these guys are their alumni.
Absolutely. Everybody. Howard Shore. This is endless.
Lovely.
Talking about the greats and his own great music, Clinton Cerejo is my guest of the day. I'm going to play some Elvis in the mix now. This one's Burning Love. Only on 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. I'm Hrishi K. Tayo Cruz bursting through with that one, Break Your Heart. My guest of the day has kept collaborating with A.R. Rahman, Vishal Bharadwaj and others as an arranger and ace background music BGM guy, and then graduated to be a music director of great repute in Bollywood and otherwise. That's Clinton Cerejo's story in a nutshell. The singer-composer in conversation with me, unraveling more from his life and career now.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Let's come to Nexa Music. I mean, the fact that, you got to work with guys who are, again, very diverse. There's Anushka Manchanda, there's Uday Benegal, Nikhil D'Souza, Bianca again. And, these are all so different. And you've obviously understood what each person brings to the table. And just fabulous stuff. No, those must be great memories to sit on. I don't know if you'll ever sit in an armchair and think back of your career, but I'm just saying.
No, you're right. Nexa, in fact, the whole idea was that Bianca and I wrote the songs for all these guys, for Uday, for Anushka, and because it was a very pop project, again, it gave us the opportunity to write originals completely in that space, and it's been so well received, especially Anti-Gravity. The video also turned out amazing. Tejal Patni did such a brilliant job, and Kyuki and AR, of course, as an initiative has been great. It's very hard to see, it's hard to get a brand that wants to put so much money and so much much clout, so much muscle behind English music in our country, and I'm glad to see that it's changing and things like that are happening. Because it can only mean indie will have a voice that's strong, stronger, much stronger than it is now.
No, because Uday, of course, is a legend. All of us grew up with Rock Machine, which eventually became Indiscreet, and then him and Jayesh, doing Arms for Shanti and things like that. But I'm just so happy. I've been following Nikhil from the time he was at Xavier's, and recently, Brian Tellis and Neil and these guys did this gig in Goa, which is the Mahindra Open Drive, which I was emceeing, and Nikhil just came on with just one acoustic guitar and just blew everybody away. So, and he's like you, he's doing the Bollywood stuff, but then he breaks away and does some of his own soul stuff. So you tapped into that side really, really well.
Thank you. No, it's you have to, at the end of the day, there are things that you do and no offense to anybody, but I feel that, when you're an artist in this country, you really need to do both to be able to maintain that level of soul connect with yourself first as an artist, so that you figure out what you want to say at different points in your life. Otherwise, it'll just be a blur, because this industry is like that. It just completely hammering at you from all sides, and the way things are, constantly changing, and the way audience is receiving stuff. If you try to figure that out all the time, you'll go crazy. So you just need to realize that there will be hits, there will be misses. Not everything you do will be a hit, but not everything you do will be a miss either. So you need to just connect with yourself first. What do you want to say as an artist? Because if you try to reverse engineer it, you go nuts.
And in that aspect, I want to know, who are the young kids who've impressed you? It's fantastic. You worked with everybody from a Sonu Nigam to some of the young kids. There's Arman, Shirley Sethia. You've done jingles with them.
It's really, really, in the studio, he really knows what he's doing. The best part is that it's very hard to find somebody who's such an popular and iconic in that sense on the digital space, but really knows his chops in the studio as well. Arman's one of those guys. It's really nice to see that.
Yeah, man. He sent me this large cutout of him in Times Square in New York City. So his new international song, they're pushing it on Spotify and things like that.
Just telling him how proud I was to see that. And he was like, yeah, that means a lot and stuff. So yeah, but it's great to see someone like him doing stuff like that. And it's good because he really knows his chops.
Who amongst the other young kids? Shirley, again, interesting. She's doing some acting. She's lived in New Zealand, come to India. She was a YouTube sensation. You worked with all. Shirley Sethia. Did a jingle with the two of them,
Yes. Yeah, Shirley's
interesting story.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just so funny that, that making of, it just took off and just got millions of views because of these two people, because of Arman and Shirley. Otherwise, it was just a simple thing where, I just wanted to invite a few, nerds like myself who are like constantly stuck behind their computers, just invite them into my studio. And so I started that little series where, call people into like my space just to see how I do stuff. And these two were part of that, and it just went nuts. It's crazy. But yeah, Lisa Mishra, I really like as well.
Yeah, nice voice. Very nice.
All the top singers want to work with Clinton Cerejo, there's no doubt about that. Home stretch of my interview with him, don't go anywhere. Here are the Imagine Dragons with Thunder, only on 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. My name is Hrishi K. Alan Walker along with Sabrina Carpenter, that's their hit together, On My Way. Look at his bands, Shor Police and Ananthaal, both opposite ends of the spectrum, and that's what I marvel at, Clinton Cerejo's versatility, which was more than apparent even in his Coke studio sessions. He's my guest of the day.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
And also the fact that Badla was so well received, man. You got the legend, you got Mr. Bachchan to do this very grungy rock kind of thing. You seem to like Shujoy, the Bengali Babu.
Way back, I love him, man.
Yeah.
He's like soul brother in a sense. Like, he's too much fun, just too much fun.
Amazing sense of humor, the fellow's got.
He's like, I just love his energy all the time. It's just so manic, and it's just so completely just hard. What you see is what you get.
So yeah, so Badla again was so well received, and was Mr. Bachchan up for it? Like, let's do this. His energy is palpable.
The way he rapped, it was like, I had my doubts about it because of the pace of it, whatever. But it was like hats off to him. Yeah. This complete, consummate professional that he is. It was amazing to work with him for the second time after Cure from Theme. Both are such diametrically opposite, songs in a sense, and he delivered both with equal ease, which was pretty much.
And Teen was, I think, produced by Shujit Sarkar, but Ribu directed it. Produced by Shujoy. Okay. Ribu is the guy who made Bard of Blood.
Yes.
Interesting director. Let's come to the fusion aspect. There was one season, which was, I think, season 2 of Coke Studio, which had Madari. Then there was a follow-up season of season 3, which also was pretty well received.
Yes, absolutely.
And then there's Ananthaal. These are those Sufi collaboration kind of projects. It's nice to break away into that zone because, like you said, you're a pop boy and things like that.
So the funny thing is, the story of how Ananthaal actually came into being is a very interesting one. We had just finished season 2 of Coke Studio, and Nishan Nayak, who's the director of Coke Studio, I mean like the visual director of Coke Studio, his dad was really, really high up on the board of directors of ITC at that time. He's retired now, but lovely, lovely man. Anand Nayak, gentleman, thorough gentleman, really, really lovely too. And he called me up saying that he just loved my episode of Coke Studio so much that he said, you know what, and he was still in ITC that time. That was last couple of years. I want you to make a song for my company, for ITC, and I want you to use all my favorite singers in your episode. So he said, I'm going to tell you who these singers are, and you have to make a song with all of them. So my favorite singers are Vijay Prakash, Bianca Gomes, and Sonu Kakkar. Now you make a song which has all these three voices for ITC. So I was like, man, these so diverse. Vijay is like a Natak. Sonu's got that whole North Indian thing going on. Yeah. Bianca's pop, and so I did a song. It was like a proper, literally Coke Studio style 6-7 minute song, and they invited us for the opening of the Grand Chola in Chennai when the hotel. They invited us to perform that live. We were treated like they gave us the best royal treatment. We just had to perform for 7 minutes. Just sing that song with the whole band, everything. Just go there, sing that song and come back. That's it. And what a blast it was. And somehow that combination really worked well. And of course, Sonu at some point decided that she really wanted to do her own thing and, her own solo stuff as well. But Vijay and Bianca, I decided to do something more with that whole aspect. And that's how Ananthaal came to be.
So, every musician always labors to do a very Andrew Lloyd Webber kind of musical. And Sing It a Sing was that for you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It was.
You just immersed yourself into that, and that to you was your Webber-esque kind of large-scale musical.
Piece of trivia. I actually hate musicals.
Whatever, whether it's Cats or Sound of Music or anything.
I just hate musicals.
But why?
Because I love the music of musicals.
Musicals of musicals. Got it.
I just don't like watching the musicals.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
So I like to delve into the music and figure out, whatever all aspects of musicals. So the funny thing is, I meet Bugs Bhargava, Rahul Dekuna, and Brian Tellis. I meet them all three of them at Bandra Gym. They call me to Bandra Gym one afternoon, and while we are having beef, sausages and all that stuff, we discuss this, and the concept was so exciting that I said, listen, I'm going to say yes immediately. It was a no-brainer for me. I said, wow, all three of you guys, I want to be part of this. So I'm saying yes. I said yes. And that evening, Brian bumps into Dominique, my wife, in just after church, after mass. And so he tells her very excitedly, hey man, we've got your husband to say yes to our project. He's doing a musical for us and all that. So say, what? You got him to say yes to a musical? He hates musicals.
Diplomacy is not her middle name.
So Brian was like, what? He actually got worried. He's like, oh shit, I think we have a problem. Our music composer hates musicals. So the next time we met, and Rahul was like, you hate musicals? So what is this about? Are you joking? I said, no, but you know what? I'm composing this on one condition. I don't have to watch it.
But I'm sure you ended up watching it at least on premiere.
Yeah, I ended up watching it multiple times. But that was a good joke. It was a long-standing joke.
Lovely.
Love those behind-the-scenes nuggets. More to come with the super talented Clinton Cerejo. For now, let's enjoy some Jay Sean and Lil Wayne. Here's Down. Only on 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. My name is Hrishi K. Weapon of choice. Love that jam. Fatboy Slim in the house. Clinton Cerejo's discography is amazing if you look at it. Mainstream Bollywood cinema. There's Pyar Ka Panchnama, Teen, Kahani 2, Jugani, Badla. But he doesn't stop at that. A last leg of conversation with the singer, music composer, arranger, and all-round good man.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
I know it's been a while, but some early international collaborations. I remember when Rahman was working on the 127 Hours soundtrack, there was that Dido song, which I really love. And then that one-off super group with Mick Jagger and Damian Marley and Rahman all coming together with Super Heavy. And in between, I think there was a Michael Bolton collab also. Yeah? Yes. Talk to me about those international ones, man.
It was amazing because AR always loves to put you in these situations, right? Where you're like, you don't really know before, what you're doing. And so just did this arrangement on one of the songs, and the next thing I found out that, oh wow, this was for Super Heavy. This was, because when you just get a session from him,
Correct.
you don't know what it's for, you don't know where, you just see your name, because that too will be a working title. So you're like literally just reacting to the musical ideas, that are there. And then you suddenly realize, oh wow, then you just hear, oh, Dido is dubbed on this, or Joss Stone is dubbed on this. So like it's pretty amazing. The only time was when I was working on the Bolton one, and I was working in Bombay. I was working in Mumbai, and AR was in LA, and he sent me the track, and Bolton's voice was already on it, and I said, oh man, I've been a Bolton fan when I grew up. I grew up on Bolton, so it was amazing to just be part of it in that sense.
Yeah. So what's the first thing you're going to do when the lockdown is lifted, man? What's that absolute first thing whenever it happens?
I don't know. I just want to, I was just telling Dom the other day, all I want to do is just maybe just have a drink with her somewhere other than home.
Yeah. Go out.
I just, sit at Land's End or anywhere, just go somewhere else, house and chill out. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The minute the lockdown is lifted, I'm going to go to any establishment which I like, and just sit down and have a drink. And, that's what I want to do, because it's not home. I just want to be somewhere else other than home for one evening of relaxation.
Till then, you're making us very happy with all those pictures of malts and scotches. But really, your love for food and beverages, man. Was it always there from your childhood? Mom, grandmom's cooking?
I always tell people that I would have been a food critic if I wasn't a musician. That's definitely something I would look at as a career option, because I think those guys have it. They have it very, very. They have it all, man. Think about it. I keep telling Antoine and guys like that, man. You guys get paid to just sit and have good life. What could be better?
So you just eat it and don't do the cooking like me. Is that it?
Yeah, right. Eat it, enjoy it, and just pass a comment or two on it. That's it. It's great.
But the cooking itself, when you get into the kitchen, what is it that you rustle up?
I make a main milk cream every year, and it's very hard to get it pure white, but I get it pure white, and that's a very, very hard thing to do.
Your milk cream. Good. Yeah. Some memories.
I'm not really a cook, I would say. I'm not. I wouldn't say I have the facility, but I definitely have taste buds that can tell
good, bad, ugly. Listen, man, this has been so much fun. God bless you. Take care of yourself, and big virtual hugs to you, and see you soon post the lockdown.
Thank you for doing this. It was great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your time. Cheers.
That brings the curtain down on the Clinton Cerejo interview. Bet you guys enjoyed every minute of it. I'm Hrishi K, and slipping in some Enrique Iglesias and Florida for you guys. This is There Goes My Baby, only on 94.3 Radio 1. One World, your station.